channel, welcome. Sorry, it's been a long time. I have not uploaded that often in the last month. It's because I've been busy, tied up doing jewelry exhibitions. I'm out here in Japan, so it was a nice experience to get working with other jewelers and coming together and doing like a sort of bit of a show in 2 different exhibitions I did in December. Nice experience, but I'm kind of glad to have my time back and be able to get on with new videos. So as much as I moan about doing all the editing and stuff, it is actually nice to be able to do it again. So yeah, thank you very much to all the subscribers as well, because we just hit 10,000. So it's a nice round number to finish the year on. So thank you very much to everyone who subscribed and clicked like and commented and stuff. It all helps the channel grow. So I appreciate everyone who did that. And also changes at the end of the year. Diamond Mounter YouTube membership is finished. So now if you want to contribute to the channel, or you want to gain access to the full instructional guides, you're going to have to go to Patreon now, like to become a patron. So it's patreon.com/Diamond Mounter, and then you get, through that you can get access to all the full instructional guides from only £5 a month, which is a bargain for access to like lots of jewelry making instructional videos. So cheaper than doing online courses. Yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, right, it's the end of the year, yeah, so it's, I'm not going to actually make anything today, but I'm going to go through old videos we did throughout the year and then kind of review them, talk about them. I might actually have some things that we finished and look at them and talk about how I might do them differently today. Because you know, your mind changes and like your different mood changes and depends on how you might design something. Yeah, that's it, let's get on with it. So 1 year back, 7 months, 10 months, 1 year, Bitcoin. That was right at the end of last year. There's another reason why I love YouTube. I learned a lot of this. Forget about that Bitcoin logo. I was cutting out a letter there, and then it's a good thing to practice. It's a good thing to practice doing is cutting out a letter, and then also a common piece of jewelry that people ask for, customers ask for, is like an entire name cut out in script letters. There's a few things I can mention about that because you can't always just do it how the customer asks you to, because you need to consider a lot of strength and stuff. So also in this video I mentioned, I was telling people to buy Bitcoin. Yeah, 1 Bitcoin currently costs 14, let's get the phone out. Okay, in USD. All right, 1 Bitcoin today is 49,620. 14754 is, so if you'd listened to Uncle Diamond Mounter, you'd be up almost $35,000. Thank you very much. Right, next video. Yeah, beginner's guide. Like I kind of run out of ideas, or I sort of said everything I've sort of felt like I needed to say. Beginner's guides. Just the basics on the tools and using things like charcoal blocks and stuff. I sort of stopped doing them because it wasn't really a lot worth making a video for. Ring stretcher, pendant with gallery wire. I know I still haven't done a gallery wire. Gallery wire has potential to be really, really difficult. Need to do a video on that, just for partly for myself as well, to sort of make sure I've still got the skill from actually being able to do it. This video was like, wasn't it my first patron video? Got some great comments. People did not like it being blacked out, and I don't blame them. That's why I didn't continue it. It's not sort of a bit of a offish thing to do to people. Oh yeah, you will get a backlash. Blah, 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 blah. Disappointing. Rex, what's going on? I like Rex. He comments a lot on my videos. Thank you, Rex. Upset everyone with that. Sorry guys. So yeah, from then I was trying to find the best way to sort of promote my Patreon videos without upsetting people. So yeah, that blackout thing stopped. So now I just do like an edited version. This is good, and to be honest, it's kind of the only way I file up solid shoulders. So I said it's the best way. It's really kind of all I do. Just varying thicknesses and heights on the end, but just the trick is really quite quickly coming down from its taller section to the distance where it's going to remain all the way around. It's quite a common thing. People let it get thicker and thicker all the way down from here, so it just kind of looks too chunky on the sides. You've got to bring it, the thin section up to there, and then suddenly go tall. Just looks better. digital calipers, drill perfect accuracy. This is a good video. People have sent me a lot of good comments on that, helped them out. Yep, that's good, do that a lot. String polishing, well worth learning and having string on your bench, using mine the other day. Flux, it's all good. In Japan they use like proper liquid flux, which I used to when I started an apprenticeship, but very quickly the other jewelers said it's no good, you got to use this stuff like the water soluble borax cone. Another comment I got recently, he sent me, he mentioned a brand of like pure borax in America. I looked it up, I could get it in Japan, but it was well expensive. So I found the Japanese version and it was really cheap. And apparently you can literally make a borax cone yourself. So that's an idea for a future video. And if it works, it will help me out having flux. Because this stuff, these cones, I can't buy them in Japan. It's an English thing or American thing. Yeah, gluing. It's all about the acetone and cleaning off the glue while it's wet. Beginner's guide to making jewellery, straightening wire. You need to know that. Run a pendant. This was good. I was displaying this actual one. I made another one with a blue topaz for my exhibition. And then also I've got some skull beads with like Savorite garnet eyes and stuff. I used the same technique and it was more difficult because the chain was running down and the skull was looking forward. So a bit more tricky to get it to work nicely, but they all did, and they were my most liked thing in the exhibitions I was just doing. Okay, it's got CZ in it, the one I did with the video. This, quite an advanced ring, really. You can see it again there, I used it in the title shot. Loads of things you could do with dividers for marking out circles and stuff. I should probably do another video on it. Anneal wire, yep. Very old soldering trick, that's good. I need these available in my shop, cbilton.shop. I just ordered a chunk. I'll tell you how difficult these are to get yet. The only reason I can get these rubber discs is because I'm in the trade and have met people at a trade fair show from Germany. And yeah, the German company, met them at a trade fair show. And the only reason I can buy these still is because I've got like a direct number to the office to that company in Germany. They're on their website, but there's no like way to contact the actual company. I don't know how they make money. Just very like in the trade people only. So it's from having that initial contact. I called them up recently because I had to buy some more, told them the code in their catalogue, and then I just had to like PayPal them money, and then someone in the office just sorted me out a bag and sent them to me. Felt very, very old-fashioned, just knowing people and that being the only way you can actually buy something from them. I think they only really deal with like big companies, and they're kind of doing me a favour by selling them to me. But yeah, I've recently got another bag of 100 of these, so they're available in my shop, and they are not available in other jewellery supply stores, especially in the UK. Other people recommend other brands of stuff, but I've never experienced anything anywhere near as good as these. Anyway, paper discs, yeah, I've got a load of these in my shop now as well. This is something I use all the time, especially my silver here. I've got like loads of like bits of melt up and stuff, so I'm always closely looking at my silver when I'm working on it, milling it out. Because it's a shame when you spend loads of time milling out a big chunk of metal and then it just starts cracking and going horrible. Sometimes you've got to start again if it gets really bad. I got a comment on this recently, people telling me I'm holding it wrong. Maybe true, I don't know. I never went to rawhide mallet school. They just don't work for me. I might do another video on that because there's some stuff I didn't explain in this one, why it's just such a slow way to work if you're relying on your rawhide mallet to do the job of another hammer. Make your own whizzers. I just bought a load of these mini whizzers. I've actually bought the little sticks ready with a split in, so this is something I'm offering in my online shop as well. And these, but I don't make them. I just bought some in from Japan. Yeah, not making instructional guides for these guys anymore. This was useful. Easiest way to make a single stone ring. Like these simple designs got the most attention in my exhibition I did. Like people, this one was being exhibited as well, but no one really looked at it. They just, I don't know, they just weren't interested in things they didn't think they could afford. It's only silver and CZ, but I think everyone assumed it was like big diamonds. Unsolder, I use that a lot. that skull ring. I need to do more of these videos. Still not finishing my skull ring, which I said I was going to do by the end of the year. So this video was like a remake because I did it before and everyone was worried about it being asbestos, which I was very confident mine is not. Asbestos can be very nasty, breathing in the dust and stuff. It's one of those secret kind of killers that we found out about. It's like before asbestos, it was lead. We all found out like having lead in children's toothpaste might not be that good. Like, everything was lead paint and all metal things all had lead in them. So that we got rid of that. And then asbestos turned out to be a bit of a killer amongst everyone. So now we're trying to get rid of asbestos. Loads of it here in Japan. It's a banned, scary thing, but I lived in loads of places around London. There's asbestos everywhere. And there's one like now, yeah, like no one talks about it, but what's it called? I'm gonna have to look it up. I'll put it on the screen. Formaldehyde. Is it formaldehyde? Something like that. They use it when they're making plywood and stuff. It's everywhere, and chipboard and that. It's one of those things which is everywhere. Literally, formaldehyde is proper carcinogenic stuff. Very, very nasty. So I reckon that's the next one that people will start like going on about you can't have and be throwing away all their IKEA furniture and stuff. Yeah, lead, asbestos, and I think my guess is the next one's going to be formaldehyde. I hope that's correct. I'll Google it before I upload this video. How to put sizing pips in a ring. This is useful, helps you out. The ones I did in this video were perhaps a little bit big, but if you make some, if I did that and a customer tried it and it was sort of working, but they felt they're a bit uncomfortable, I wouldn't replace them with smaller ones. I'd just file them down a bit smoother. The fact that they're perfectly round isn't that important. You just got to have little bumps there. This is good. A lot of people, especially elderly people, struggle with these little rings. I don't blame them because they are fiddly and awkward, especially if you're doing it like behind your head. Yeah, that little bar really helps out a lot of people. And it's a good place for a hallmark or a little bit of engraving if someone wants it. 8-claw Rex. I was thinking the other day, I haven't done any 6-claw stuff on the channel, so that's something I've got to do soon. Do a 6-claw collets, 6-claw ring. This was a ring I did for the Guild of Jewellery Designers, so that full video is not on this channel. And I can't upload it as well because they paid me for it, so technically they own that video. But I did do that collet in a video recently. You'll probably recognise it. So that collet, and then putting a shank up to it properly. There's a lot of stuff to explain. I was actually worried I wasn't getting it across on the video, but I think I got some good replies about it. But yeah, that can be tricky to do it well. 10 times loop. Do you know what? My exhibitions, yeah, because there was a lot of old people walking about, I went and bought a magnifying glass, just a big normal magnifying glass. I had like a 4-inch round glass on it, and it was well useful. A lot of people used it. So I'm thinking now, if you're a jeweller, working at jewellers, or you're doing any exhibition or something, have just a normal magnifying glass. Because when I worked in London, I used to hand people a 10 times loop and have to explain. This video was me explaining how I used to teach customers how to use them. You don't really need to go 10 times. Just a big magnifying glass, I think the ×2 magnification, really helped a lot. Because you're not having to put it right up close to your face, there's lots of light around it. So just a normal magnifying glass, I think I would recommend now to people showing customers their jewellery. Tungsten carbide, these are good draw plates, using them a lot. Moissanite, still not that impressed with moissanite, but I do offer one for sale. I've made a platinum mount for a moissanite. Think it make it. I redid this in a much better way not that long ago. This was on display in the exhibition. Everyone kept asking how much it was. I was like, it's not for sale. It's like, yeah, but if it was for sale, how much would it be? It's like, well, if it was for sale, it would be made in platinum and it would be diamonds and it would be like tens of thousands of pounds if it was for sale. Basics of polishing. I should probably do more polishing videos. Exclamation pendant. This was a good, nice little pendant. I see that. See the distance between them? There's actually like a little bar there, but I blacked it out. I stained it black. So from a bit of distance, it gave the illusion of being separate. Quite cool. Broken drill bits. A lot of comments useful on this video. Things I want to try, like special things to grind away the broken bits of drill. People talking about heating it right up and dunking it in acid and stuff. Like, I'm thinking you'd have to heat up the steel so much. It's such a risk to your piece of jewellery. So sort of reluctant to have tried that. But, you know, when you're desperate, you've got to try things. Just heat it all up, dunk it, soak it in acid. There's like some stuff people were mentioning, soaking it in overnight. Quite an important video to watch. Can be a dangerous pursuit, learning to make jewellery, surprising outcome. And that blue stuff, I literally, well, I didn't throw it away, but I just threw it in a box of old tools that are sort of old, might be useful in the future. Yeah, that blue stuff, just all dusty, didn't do a very good job, so now I just use my beeswax. YouTube members, and only 7 months. Like, it was such a pain in the ass doing that YouTube membership. Thank you very much to all the people who become members, but it was just difficult for me to actually keep it going. And YouTube, surprisingly, I thought it was going to be easier than Patreon, but Patreon was so much easier to work. And customer service, you ask a question to YouTube and there's not actually anyone to answer your questions. You just get sort of put to a forum and then another member of the forum can reply to you or not. Usually not. It was just a painful experience. That's why I stopped at the end of this year. Soldering jump rings neatly. Yes, always do it neatly if you can. Just basically close the join right up and then add a tiny bit of solder. That's kind of all that's about. Check out the Diamond Clips video channel because like say this video is a 20-minute long video, 21-minute video. My Diamond Clips channel will just be an edit of me just soldering that, like how to solder a jump ring, and then it'll just be like 30 seconds of me fluxing it, lining it up, fluxing it, soldering it. Boom, that's Diamond Clips channel. So it's just like these videos, but just like the essence of what was in them, without begging for patrons at the end and stuff. How to mark up stones, loads of good advice. People were talking about doing maths. I want to do this again, trying it out on how people recommended I do it. Like, I do like this about this channel. People do offer alternative ways of doing things in the comment section, so I really appreciate when people do that. Basic gallery wire, blah, 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 marquee shaped collets. Might do another more advanced version of that sometime soon. Got a lot of views. This is good. This one was on display at the exhibition, but I took out the center stone. I cut it out, and then I was using my string polish to polish it all out nicely around there. It just looked nice. Again, it was another piece that was finished and looked flashy and nice. People asking how much it was, and I was saying it's not for sale. The only things that were for sale at the exhibition were like skull rings, and skull rings is like men's jewellery, and men's jewellery does not sell. But it's a nice pendant, and it sort of showed off sort of what I'm capable of. Hinged hoop earring. Where's this? What happened to that? I could have finished that nicely and put that on my exhibition. I literally didn't see it again. Oh well. Polishing inside of rings. Yes, doing inside is more difficult than doing the outside just because it's harder to get to. The secret is just buffing it really, really severely with all the way down to really fine grades of paper with your whizzers, and then polishing it really hard. You just got to be careful with engraving and hallmarks and stuff. Yeah, difficult. Using this light is going well. Like hinged hoop earring again, contemporary jewellery. I've got 2-3 more ideas, so this is something I'll be doing again in 2022. Make jewellery like a pirate. This was quite a fun video to make. I wish I didn't have this title. I could always change it, I guess, because it doesn't really explain what I was doing in the actual video. Metal block mat with a beard. Chenier vise, useful tool like that. Potato, nice. I just ordered a charcoal block. Like, again, the ones I want, the ones I like using, can't get them in Japan, so I ordered one from Cookson's just now. So waiting for that to arrive. With silver solder, I haven't got any solder at the moment, so waiting for a few bits to arrive from Cookson's. This ring was on display in the exhibition. I was trying to explain to people this was my job in London. Like, customers would have their own stones, or my boss would give me a stone, and I would have to, usually their design, but sometimes it would be up to me to do something nice with it. I'd have to create something for it. So, like, you wanted a oval 4-claw or an oval 6-claw, or rub over set, you want that split, you want a big split, small split, you want round stones on the side, or baguettes, or whatever, different ring size, different shape, shank, like polished, like whatever, like platinum gold, mix of yellow and white. Like, that was my job, just doing that and giving the customer what they want. Difficult to explain that in Japanese. Like, basically everything I wanted to tell people, I couldn't really explain it. Say goodbye, I'm leaving the workshop, not the country. ring mount. This was very popular ring in the exhibition because it looks like a big suite they get here. The kids have this big giant kind of fake diamond ring, it's like the same sort of size, and polished it really nicely, and just everyone was constantly picking it up and playing with it, and it was just constantly getting covered in finger marks, getting quite annoyed. How to make a pear-shaped collet. Pear-shaped collet is a nice shaped stone and works well as pendants and earrings. In a ring it's difficult, but it can work really well. Knots from chains. This is a useful video, got a few extra views. Look. This was on display at the exhibition. Do you know what I did? I cast this. I was getting some stuff cast, so I sent this to the casters as well. So I've got 4 of these, and they work in a circle. They work really well. You put 3 together, so I'm going to solder them in a 3, and then maybe have like a tiny little rub over set round stone in the center, just as like a little thing. It could be a pendant or a ring top. I don't know, I'm just experimenting with it. It's just kind of fun because it's a new thing, having a 5-claw collet. It's kind of fun just doing something new with it. Nezuko, I carved a hand in metal, and I got some like nice comments. I wasn't really sure what to think of it, but it come out all right, I guess. And some people said it looks quite nice. I need to change this title because it's not really Nezuko. It's just a hand, a silver hand, and people might be making stuff for themselves, and they might need to do like a little human figure or something. So this video might be helpful to them, but it got hardly any views. I thought, my wife said as well, it's going to get loads of views because everyone loves Nezuko. It's like such a big thing. And like me tagging it Nezuko didn't work at all. Like one of my least viewed videos. But I reckon if I change that title to a picture of the silver hand I actually made, probably get more views, more attention. That was kind of a silly one. Jewelry teachers versus pro jewelers. Kind of meant what I said in it, but at the same time I wasn't meaning to insult any jewelry teachers. Micro motor, pendant motor. I recently started doing little bloopers compilations. I should have done that on this video. My good God, like, because it was a lot of like technical jargon that was partly made up, like some real terms, but used in a way that didn't really make sense. Just kind of having fun on purpose. Some of those little bits of talking I did, especially when I was like looking at the camera, it took me like, because I wasn't reading it, I just had to memorize it. It took me like 25 attempts to get it right. I could have done a bloopers version of this video, like would have gone on longer than this actual video. It just took me so long to say things. Hence I was in this kind of mood, so I did that face. Britney Spears ring, that was a nice ring. I'm going to do another version of it. This ring was a version of it. I'm going to do a slightly more complicated version than that one. Like kind of the same shank. I really like the shank, but I'm going to put some bars on the side. I might actually do that to start the year off with a full instructional guide. Cloud brooch, yeah, inspired from old Japanese wood carving. Had that exhibited, no one really cared. I thought Japanese would like it because it's an old Japanese design, but I don't think I understood what it was. Yeah, I got a comment on this Ultrasonics video. Someone said, one of the patrons said they push a glass, like an empty pint glass, into the ultrasonic, and you can just push down on it. Make sure take some water out maybe first so it doesn't overflow. But you push the glass down and you can see the bottom quite clearly. I didn't try it, but I'm imagining that only works if the water's still a bit clear. It can get really, really murky, so it might not work if it's really dirty, but anything that stops you having to empty the tank, if you can get things out quickly, sometimes you drop a ring in there off the hook. I will literally get a soft toothbrush and then just gently sweep across the bottom, and just by feel and listening to it, turn it off, and then you can hear it sort of scraping at the side and then you can fish it out. Okay, so that's all the videos I've done in a year. It doesn't actually seem that many. I need to work harder. Alright, cool. Thanks for watching, guys. This will be the last video of 2021. Thank you to everyone who supports the channel by liking and commenting on the videos. I really appreciate that because that helps the channel grow. So yeah, I hope you had a good Christmas and gonna have a nice new year, and then looking forward to cracking on with more videos and more stuff and sharing more of what I've learned into 2022. Maybe I need a new target for subscribers, so just about scraped by hitting 10,000 at the end of this year. Now the channel's a bit bigger, it should grow a bit faster, a bit easier. Maybe let's call it 25,000 by the end of next year. It's not gonna happen. Anyway, it's nice to have a goal and then try and make plans to achieve it. So it's a good way to live your life in anything you get into. So that's my last little bit of advice for you in 2021. Anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, see you next year. Bye bye.